Hey everybody, it's Ryan from Pod Records, and I'm here with Eerie from Shriek. If you know what I did last Friday the 13th, how are you?
Hey man, how's it going?
Awesome. First, I wanted to say, um, just as a funny thing, we found on your Instagram it said Shriek. If you know what I did, Shriek if you know on
Yeah.
Instagram. So
The
tell me,
Instagram page doesn't allow long titles, unfortunately. So I couldn't fit the full band name on my Instagram page. So yeah, my our Instagram at is Shriek if you know currently.
but
So
I love the name, and I was like practicing it so I wouldn't screw it up.
oh awesome. Yeah, no, I just I'm like super into like long obnoxious names. Yeah, I'm stoked on the name as well. I'm glad you like it.
It's kind of it's not doesn't have the vibe, but it's kind of like the old school emo band names.
Oh yeah, like those ridiculous, like long,
Yeah,
yeah, like weird random stuff. Yeah, it was actually there's a movie, so it was taken from a movie that came out in I think it was the year 2000, I think. But it's like a horror spoof, and it was like one of my favorite movies. It's a cult classic, but yeah, I took the name from that movie.
awesome.
It's yeah, it's kind of a funny movie.
So tell me how you got the idea to do this and to do the kind of themes that you go for with the masks and
Sure.
the music that goes along with it. I know I listened to your new EP that's coming out on Altered State of Reverb, and there's some kind
Yep.
of spooky organ keyboards in it
Yep.
in the one tune. Tell me a little bit about your influences uh, and where you're actually coming from.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, like I've mostly played in like, hardcore punk bands and like metal bands and stuff. And but always loved surf. Like when I was in high school, um, I like was obsessed with surf music. A lot of like the I guess you would call it like third wave surf music. So I was like listening to like the Ghastly Ones, Man or Man,
Yeah.
Low Straight Jackets, Famous Monsters. There was also this band. I actually just got this recently. This is another main surf band called 13 Ghosts.
Oh,
Um, their stuff is kind of hard to track down, but they were a band that I liked back in the 90s, the late 90s. But they're another awesome
where
surf
were they
band that I
from?
listened to. They, I believe, were like from the Gardner, Maine area. I think
Uh-huh.
their history is kind of hard to figure out. I think there was one guy who was from Massachusetts, and the rest of the band was from Maine. But yeah, they were like a big influence on me as well. But yeah, a lot of like that third wave surf rock I loved. And just through the years, I just like felt like I wasn't a good enough guitar player to like do surf music, so I kind of just avoided it, even though I wanted to do it. I guess I just didn't believe in myself enough. But yeah, just about like 2 years ago, coincidentally, I was sitting on the beach. This is a true story, and I was like, "Why don't I do a surf project?" And so I thought I had a bunch of songs that I had written from like other bands, and just like some songs that had never been used before. And I was like, well, I could make that song a surf song, and I always wanted to do a Ventures cover, so that's on the upcoming EP. But yeah,
Yeah,
I was just
I
like,
totally
you
picked
know
that one
what,
out.
I'm just gonna do it. Yeah. Oh, you picked that one out.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Now I that was always one of my favorite Ventures tunes was the Creeper, and I just from like day one when I first heard that song, I was like, I got to cover this at some point. So finally did it, and that's kind of like yeah, that's basically the history of the band so far. Yeah, just kind of continuing on with that like spooky surf music stuff that I grew up loving. So
So when you say you were in the hardcore and punk bands, when did you kind of you said a couple of years ago or a little while back? Is that when you first started the band, or when you started dabbling with surf music?
So I started the band probably trying to remember. It was before the pandemic, so it was like 2019, I think. And I just kind of reached out to my buddy who drums on the EP, Franz Prebel. I reached out to him and was like, "Hey, do you want to do a surf project?" And he was super into it. And then we rehearsed a couple times. It was kind of hard trying to get together through the pandemic, but we managed. And so yeah, for the last 2 years, we've been kind of doing the surf thing. Yeah, before that, I was in a few bands that kind of just like drifted apart. And yeah, just decided that I wanted to sort of like concentrate on doing this sort of thing. So that's what I've been doing for the past like 2 years.
So making that transition, and one of the things you pointed out is your hesitation to play surf music because you thought you weren't good enough, but which is not
Exactly. Yeah.
which is not the case, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Um, it is much more difficult to play clean than dirty. So like
Yes, it is.
the mistakes stick out
Exactly.
much clearer. So
Yeah.
I can understand your trepidation, but the record's really tight, and is
Oh, thanks,
really,
man.
it sounds awesome.
Man, I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. So
Yeah,
tell
you
us.
can hide mistakes and distortion, definitely.
Yeah, totally. And that's one of the things I found out with that when I started to do my instrumental stuff just recently, that
Yeah.
I have to practice more because it's not the same. It's just much more difficult to make sure you're hitting every note cleanly. So my hat's off to all the surf guitarists, because it's not easy.
No, it's not. And like, yeah, so that was sort of my hesitation. Was like, oh, can I actually do this? So, but yeah, I did it. I pulled through.
Yeah, you totally did, and it's not like I don't think you could half-ass surf music. It's always precise in each song.
Has to be good. Yeah. Yeah. No, I feel the same way. Like, I like surf music because it can be raw. Like, I always love raw music. I mean, hence why I like punk music too, and metal. But for the most part, yeah, like I like the raw feeling of surf music. And surf music is also that reverb. It makes everything sound really spooky, and I love that. But like, yeah, at the same time, it's like you'll be able to hear basically everything because it's clean guitars, and I'm not used to playing clean guitars. So that definitely was like something I had to overcome doing this album. But yeah, no, I think it sounds great. I'm happy with how it came out.
Yeah, it's great. Tell me a little bit about how you hooked up with Altered State of Reverb, and how you're going to release this, what formats, and where you can find it once it comes out, and when.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I hooked up with Altered State because honestly, their Instagram account was targeted towards our Instagram page. And so I just like went to their website, and I really liked what they were doing. I liked a lot of the bands that were on the label currently, like the Mysterics and the Neptunas, and bands like that. And so I reached out to them and I said, "Hey, I'm going to be recording this EP. I would love to be a part of it." And so I've been working with Josh, for maybe like a couple months, just kind of keeping them updated. Finally got all the songs recorded and mastered, mixed and mastered, sent him all that, and yeah, we finally have a release date of October 1st. So it's sort of getting ready for the Halloween season. And so it's going to be streaming initially at first. but then hoping to eventually get a 7-inch out of it at some point. But for right now, it's just gonna be streaming on Bandcamp. I'm gonna look into putting it on Spotify and other streaming services as well. But yeah, that so once that's up, you can go to our Instagram page and find the link there. But or go to Altered State Reverb website, and the album will be on there as well. So
Awesome. So I should have asked this at the beginning, but tell me a little bit about the band members, how many band members, and where you guys are from.
yeah, for sure. So we're all from Maine. All of us are Mainers. So right now we're a two-piece band. And we are looking to expand currently. So if there are any Mainers out there who want to, jam on some spooky surf rock, that'd be great, because we would love to be playing some, Halloween shows. We definitely want to be playing live shows at some point. But yeah, right now two-piece. We're both Mainers. And bringing you that Stephen King type horror surf. So but yeah, looking to expand. Hopefully we would like to be like at least a 5-piece, maybe a 6-piece, because we have a lot of keyboards in our songs as well. So yeah.
Right now, have you heard the Green Reflectors?
No, I haven't actually.
Check the Green Reflectors out. They're a two-piece, and they're two brothers from I want to say British Columbia, but they're definitely Canadian.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they're on Missing Think, and they're a two-piece, and they're so good you would never be able to tell it's only guitar and drums, but it's really, really good.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Yeah, they don't even.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Oh, no way. Well, I'll have to check them out.
Yeah.
The Green Reflectors. All right, I'm gonna check them out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So is the mask specifically chosen, or are there multiple different looks that you guys have?
Yep, we're all gonna represent a different ghoul. So this mask is vintage from the 1960s. And so we're sort of want to reflect that Ben Cooper era of like Halloween plastic masks, sort of just giving you that like ghoulish retro vibe going. And I just this one spoke to me. I've always been a fan of skulls and skeletons and stuff, so I saw this and I was like, I need this for the band. But we have a vampire currently as well.
Awesome.
But yeah, so yeah, just trying to get that retro Halloween spooky surf vibes going out there.
I always love when bands whether it's like a luchador mask or like a spooky mask, where they enhance the experience with visuals, because it's one way to interpret the band when you listen to them, but once you go and see them live and they're all made up, and,
exactly,
it's like an experience. It's like seeing the Mummies for the first time.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. The Mummies are another huge inspiration. I don't think there's anybody doing that sort of spooky surf rock who doesn't like the Mummies. I mean, they're a fucking amazing band. But yeah, like even like it goes back until like the 60s, even with like the Spotniks, who wore like spacemen outfits, and that was like straight from the 1960s. They like every performance they sometimes wore these like weird like big helmets, sometimes they wore suits with like weird like shoulder pad things. But yeah, they're another great band that I love, and definitely inspired that sort of look. But yeah, I think if you're if you want to sort of turn heads, I say get your visuals going. Think about how you can like work with visuals well with the music to sort of like make them go together. But yeah, no, I appreciate it.
I could totally see, especially your music, and I do suggest everybody go check out uh, Shriek if you know what I did last Friday the 13th. Check them out because the recording's really good, sharp playing, and I love the spooky surf. Um, I could totally see like you know when you see like the Crimson Ghost in the movie in the old
Yep.
black and white. I could totally see you guys in the masks, uh, like playing your music or acting out scenes, and kind
Oh
of like
yeah, I know. I love that. Yeah, I
that.
know. Yeah, and we have a sort of like black and white aesthetic as it is, um, and so like we love those old Universal monster movies. Like we love old Hammer horror, and like but yeah, we actually have a music video for one of our songs being made that's going to be filmed in black and white. And it's for our song Harper's Bazaar. That's going to be the single off the EP. But yeah, that one's going to have like this weird like black and white sort of horror film aesthetic for the video. But yeah, I would if anyone wants to hire us to be in a movie, let's do it.
Totally.
We'll be in the background, kind of just like maybe playing guitars or whatever.
Nice. So where are people going to be able to find that video once it's shot and finished?
So that will be on our Bandcamp page, and it will also be on our YouTube page. We have a YouTube page where our full band name is actually on the YouTube page, so you can actually search for Shriek if you know what I did last Friday 13th on YouTube. Currently, there's one video that we have on there for a VHS release that we did last year. So that video is on our YouTube page, and then the new one will be on that page as well.
Awesome. Can you see some? I don't know if you got any live gig footage from that. Can you find that on the YouTube page, or are you guys jamming?
Yep. Well, any sort of video that we do, we'll put on the YouTube page definitely.
Awesome.
So yeah, live stuff and yeah, music videos will all be on there.
One thing that struck me, especially your shirt.
Yep.
But the artwork, I love the artwork, and the double entendre of beached whale, the title.
Yeah, I know. I love surf puns, or just puns in general, but like surf bands definitely love a good pun. But yeah, beached whale is spelled WAIL, and the cover is a ghost on a beach. A surfing ghost on a beach. But yeah, the album artwork and actually our logo is done by the same person. It's done by my buddy Wayne Werewolf. He's an amazing artist, and yeah, he just kind of does. We come to him with ideas, and he just kind of implements them in his style. And yeah, we love his work. So we'll be working with him probably 90 to 100% of the time, most likely.
It reminds me of the Necromantics logo.
Yeah, and they're another great band. Yeah, I mean, that's a whole other realm as well as that psychobilly stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, also grew up listening to Necromantics. They're a great band as well.
Awesome. Is there anything else you want to talk about or mention, or show us before we sign off?
Yeah, because I love promoting Maine stuff. Here's another Maine surf band for you guys to check out. This is classic Maine surf, the Ice Picks. These guys are great. They're also a masked band. But yeah, go check them out. And if you can track down 13 Ghosts, do that as well. But yeah, we're just sort of like really trying to, get that have people have good ideas of Maine artists, because nobody really even, I don't think, could name a band from Maine. So we're sort of like, we really want that to be at the front, like say like we're a Maine band, and come check us out. So
are you
hopefully people like what they hear.
Are you guys jamming right now?
We're not doing anything live currently. We're still kind of trying to, we want to work out a set first, before we start playing live. So we are jamming, we're practicing, not playing live currently, but when we do, we'll post everything on our Instagram page and, let the world know what we're doing.
Um, is there for your set? You have 4 songs on the EP.
Yep.
One of them is by the Ventures. Do you have any other interesting covers that you would do in your set?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, there's a couple covers that we're working on. I at some point want to do a Groovy Glees cover. There's a band, a 1960s surf band called the Rondells. And they have a song that I want to do. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there are any other cover songs. I think those are like the 2 main ones. Oh, there is another. So after this EP comes out, we are going to be working on a single, and one of the songs that will be on that tape will be a cover of a main punk band. So there's a main punk band called Wicked Dead that I grew up loving, and I'm doing a surf cover of one of their songs. So that'll be on that single release. Hopefully, I'm gonna shoot for next year once we get this EP out. But yeah, we'll get that going too at some point. But
Awesome.
yeah, I love cover tunes. Cover songs are awesome. So
yeah, that especially when you switch genres on them like you're doing.
Exactly. Yeah, that's like 100%. Like I love like when a hardcore band does a cover of Black Flag. I'm like, I mean, I guess that's kind of, that's you can do it, but that's just kind of seems like known, like of course you're gonna do that. But so yeah, I like it when like a hardcore band goes like, no, we're gonna do a cover of fucking Enya or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like turning the songs like that.
There was a cool comp out called The World Still Won't Listen that it was like punk and hardcore bands that doing Smith songs.
Oh, nice. I wonder, is that the one that was? There is a Smith's tribute album that had like a lot of like grindcore stuff on it. I wonder if that is the same one.
There was some of that, like Earth Crisis was on there and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I love that shit too. And the Smiths in a pug sounds hilarious.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, it's good stuff. Yeah. But yeah, no, I love that shit.
Awesome. So I want to thank you so much, Eerie, and I wish you luck with Altered Singular and Beached Whale. I think you're gonna catch on really quick, and I hope you get to play some shows once you get your set down. And
thanks, man.
I really dig you guys, and think you'll fit in right with everybody else.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. That's great words coming from you. I've been watching your channel for a while and been getting into some like really awesome surf bands I never heard of. So I appreciate what you're doing too. Bringing all these like weird kooky surf bands together. But yeah, I appreciate it, man. It's been nice talking to you.
Thanks so much. I had a blast too.
Well, I we'll be in touch.
Awesome. Have a good night.
You as well. Take care.